Lesson 8.3 is on multiplying polynomials. So in this lesson, you will learn to multiply binomials by using the FOIL method, and as well multiply polynomials by using the distributive property. Vocabulary is FOIL method and quadratic expression. Okay, so first thing we want to do is be able to multiply this as if it was we're using the distributive property. If you remember the distributive property from earlier, B plus C, we would do this by doing A times B plus A times C. You would do A times both of those. So in our case, we're treating this first part here as if it was the A, as if it was the B, or C. So when I do A times B, so the blue times the red part, I'm getting I plus A times Y. And then I'm doing the blue times the green. So that's going to give me the negative Y plus 8 times 4. So then I just want to, from here, use the distributive property again. So I do here, Y times Y is Y squared. Y times 8 is 8Y. Here, 4 times Y is 4Y. And 4 times 8 is 32, and then it's minus. So it's Y squared plus 8Y minus 4Y minus 32. Combining like terms, that 8Y minus 4Y is going to make positive 4Y. And then the Y squared and 32 stay there. Okay, and so that would be using the distributive property to find that. Okay, so we're going to do this again. So I'm first part times each of those parts. So I get 2x plus 1 times x plus 2x plus 1 times 6. So distributing that x, I get 2x squared plus x, and distributing 6, I get 12x plus 6. Combining like terms, I get 2x squared plus 13x plus 6. Okay, there's another method we could use to do this, and that's called the FOIL method. So what the FOIL method does is it multiplies the first terms in each set of parentheses. So looking at that, that's the red arrow, so x and x. And then the outer terms, so those are the outside of each of those things. So that's x and negative 2. Then the inside, so 4 and x. And then the last terms in each of the sets of parentheses, which is 4 and negative 2. And so when you do that, you multiply it out, you combine like terms, and you get down to the final answer. So let's try doing one of these with the FOIL method. So f, take our first term times our first term. So z times z, z squared. O is for outer. Right up here, FOIL. Okay, O is for the outside term. So that's here and here. Z times negative 12 is negative 12z. I is for inside. Negative 6z, they're on the inside of the thing. So that's negative 6z. And L is for last. So that's the green, and that's going to be positive 12, carry 172. And then so the last step is just to rewrite z squared minus 18z plus 72. Okay, if we want to do this again, our first terms, 5x times 2x makes 10x squared. Our outside terms, 5x and 8 makes 40x. Our inside term, negative 8x. And our last terms, negative and 8 is negative 32, combining like plus 32x minus 32. And that's it. Okay. Example 3. A patio in the shape of the triangle shown is being built in Lavalley's backyard. The dimensions given are in feet. The area A of the triangle is 1/2 times the height h times the base b. Write an expression for the area of the patio. Okay, so we're doing 1/2 base times height. And we're going to place what each of those are. So area is going to be equal to 1/2. My base is 6x plus 4. And my height is x minus 7. So what I want to do, I can do this two ways. I can multiply this 1/2 through first and make this 3x plus 2 times x minus 7. Or I can do the 1/2 at the end and first multiply 6x plus 4 times x minus 7. So either way is okay. I like this method a little bit better because it makes the numbers a little bit smaller and easier to work with. Although if it was a fraction that made it not whole numbers, then it wouldn't be as nice. And it might be nicer to do it at the end. But either way. All right, so if I'm going to do this, I'm going to use my FOIL method. So I'm going to multiply my first terms. 3x times x is 3x squared. Then I go 3x and negative 7 is negative 21x. My positive 2x. And my last term is negative 14. Combining like terms on that, I'm going to get minus 19x minus 14. Okay, and I'll just do this one really quickly to show you that it gives you the same. So the first term is 6x squared. Outside terms is plus 42x. My inside terms plus 4x minus 42x. And then my last terms is minus 28. So this becomes 6x squared minus 38x minus 28. And then this whole thing was being multiplied by 1/2. So I'm going to get at the end 3x squared when I multiply it through that 1/2 minus 19x minus 14. And it's the same answer. Okay? All right. If we have a binomial times a trinomial, we're doing the same thing we were doing, closer, more like what we were doing. So we're going to take this part here and multiply it to each of the 3 parts on the inside. Okay? So let's do this 3a plus 4 times a squared. Okay? And then I'm going to do 3a plus 4 times negative 12a. So I'm going to make that negative 12a times 3a plus 4. And then it's going to the last one times 1. So it's going to be plus 1 times 3a plus 4. Okay? Then once I do the distributive property in each of those. So a squared times each of those is going to be 3a cubed plus 4a squared, distributing here, negative 36a squared minus 48a, and then plus 3a plus 4, and then combining like terms. So I'm going to get 3a squared minus 32a, sorry, this is 3a cubed, 32a squared minus 45a plus 4, and then you're done. Okay, so basically the idea behind every term has to go to every other term in the other one. So this 2b squared has to go there, it has to go there, and it has to go here. Okay, 7b has to go everywhere too. So there, to there, and to there. And 9 has to go everywhere. So it's going to go there, there, and there. So I'm going to start with what I did with the blue. So 2b squared times b squared first. So that's going to be 2b to the 4th. 2b squared times 3b is going to be 6b cubed. And then it's going to be minus 2b squared. And then I'm going to go to my green. So 7b times b squared is 7b squared cubed. Okay, 7b times 3b is 21b squared, and 7b times negative 1 is minus 7b. And then my red part, 9 times b squared is 9b squared. 9 times 3b is 27b, and 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. And then last step, 2b to the 4th, there are no other fourths. Cubes, we have 6 and 7 to make a total of 13b cubed. Squareds, we have negative 2, 21, and 9. So 19 and 9, it's 28. 28b squared. And then just b's, I have negative 7 and 27, so that makes positive 20b. And then just the constants, I have negative 9. And then that would be your full thing. And that is the end of this section. So if you want to give some problems a try, here they are.